And welcome everybody to episode 76 of the Paws Up podcast. Kevin, it's been a hot minute since we've talked some FIU hoops. So who better to bring onto the show than none other than the junior guard from FIU, Jayden Brewer. Jayden, how the hell are you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. Excited to be here. How you guys?
We're doing great. It's been a busy weekend for us with the Willie Simmons stuff, of course, but FIU men's basketball still going strong. A lot of basketball left to be played. I know you guys have a contest on the Saturday against Stetson. So before we get into that, Jane, just wanted to ask you some questions about your time before FIU. When did you begin to play basketball at whatever point in your life? And at the same time, when did you begin to take it very seriously?
I started playing probably when I was like 3 or 4. They put the ball in my hands a little bit early. My dad played, all my brothers played, so all of my family played. So it was just a natural instinct for me. I've started really like taking it serious pretty early, probably around I always played AAU growing up, so I started really taking it serious about probably like high school. I say middle school to high school. That's when I
Okay.
started seeing things ramp up for me, and I just started to get better from there. So probably high school, yeah, for sure.
I'm very glad you mentioned your dad, right? He played college hoops, the University of Houston in H-Town. How much of an impact did he specifically have in motivating you to play hoops?
He had a big impact. He kind of always set the tone. Just being able to somebody I could look up to, and just having my brothers there also with me. They played in collegiate ball as well. So
Mhm.
just them having that impact on me just always gave me the will to just keep going and stuff like that.
Man, your time at Ben Davis High School, it was plentiful, right? As far as accolades, 1,000-point score, sectional title, AP Indiana All-State honorable mention, man. Take us through maybe some of your favorite memories back then and how they prepped you for your next chapter at the Combine Academy.
I actually I talk to my coaches still to this day. So
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Ben Davis. They're a good program to be in. The weight room, the all the way down. It's just a winning culture around there. We sent guys to all over the places in the Division 1 level. So it's just a good program to be in. And just for me to be recognized there is just always an honor for sure, because even when I go back to Indiana at times, I still go back to Ben Davis. That's my roots. All my family went through there, so I just always got to show support for the younger guys and just show them that I'm always there and I'm an alumni there.
So Jay kind of mentioned the Combine Academy in North Carolina. You put up over 16 points per game, and then you had the national showcase prep. Just what did you take away from those two? I guess events. The Combine Academy and the national prep showcase, winning that title.
Yeah, that was an interesting group, man. It was kind of different lifestyle for me there. As it was an all boys school, but I feel like I learned a lot just on the serious basketball note for sure. It helped me with having to work on my game a lot more and just show how important it is to people. We had people from all over the place, and just I had a big role on that team as we went to the national showcase. We did pretty. We won the whole thing actually, so it was a good honor to be on, and another good team I was on for sure.
Talk about your recruiting. Just talk about how more or less how many offers you got, and then how did FIU reach out? And because going from Indiana to FIU is certainly
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we would before like we even started playing games with the combine, we had like a little like summer, just like a little summer like a showcase, and basically like where all these coaches come out and they come watch you. And Coach Zay actually reached out to me first, and they offered me, and I didn't even let my recruitment boost up. I went on a visit here, and I was like, bro, I talked to my mom and my family, and I was like, this is the place I gotta be. Like, so I just came here, and I'm enjoying it ever since, for sure.
Yeah, Jayden, I just can't help but feel that Indianapolis and Miami are two very different cities
For
in the
sure,
United
for sure,
States.
for
Bunch of
sure.
reasons, right? I'm wondering what was the biggest culture shock that you experienced the first time you came down here, man?
Man, definitely the weather. I mean, it gets pretty hot in in Indiana. But like I said, I came down here when it was probably November. So like it's in Indiana, it's about 20 degrees, 30 degrees. Here it was probably like 70, 80. So I was wearing shorts, and my family, man, they showed us a great time here. We absolutely love the campus, beautiful. And the environment to be around, people were so nice. So I was just like, man, this is the place I gotta be.
Who were some of the first players and coaches you met that sort of helped guide you through the facilities, the campus, etc.?
I feel like Coach Bob definitely had an impact. It was Zay passed me the Bob, and I was talking a bit Bob heavy. And after I left the visit, I was thinking about waiting it out a couple minutes, but man, Bob and them were so on me. They showed so much love to me with my family. Just talking to them, and they just felt like it was the best place for me as well.
Do you remember the first ever game you played in as a Panther?
Ooh, I remember the game, but I can't remember.
You remember the opponent?
Was it Houston Christian?
There you go. Bang!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
4 minutes, not a whole lot of time. 2 points and an assist, but still, got your first minutes. Yeah, first minutes as a Panther. Just what do you remember about that? About the lead up, anticipation to that freshman season compared to your usual routine now?
I felt like I was just in the learning process still when I was a freshman. That's what how freshman year goes. I feel like I had a lot of guys put me under their wing, such as Nick and ISO John. They put me under the wing to try to get better and things I needed to work on. So I mean, now it's just like I'm just always ready to play. I feel like I got to bring it every game. So tough for us to win. So I have a bigger role in this team, and I just trying to live up to that role.
So towards the back half of that season, especially in conference play, is really when he got it going. Whether JB started to play a lot more, and just talk about that and how that kind of set you up for the 2023 season, where you were the everyday sixth man and even starting sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like a couple guys went down. We had Nick go down and a couple other guys, and I knew it was big minutes that needed to be provided for people to step up in, and they gave me the opportunity to play those minutes, and then I just started producing, and my confidence as a freshman, your confidence gets going. Once the ball starts to go in and you're impacting the game and you're winning and stuff, your confidence grows a lot. So for my confidence to grow, I just carried it over to the next year and just kept building from there.
So from year one to year two, I mean, just what were some of the things you were working on during that offseason? Because in 2023, you played a lot. You were one of the top scorers on the team, and you played a pretty big role for FIU.
I think the biggest thing for me, it was just confidence, man. I felt like my confidence from freshman year to sophomore year grew tremendously, as it's grown today still. But I just feel like it was a confidence thing. I always knew I could hoop, but it was just a confidence thing and just being able to showcase what I could do.
So 2023, you guys go to the Conference USA tournament. You have to take on Jacksonville State. Huge win. Just talk about that game. Arturo, a huge part of that, and you guys involved, especially towards the back half of that game. It was a crazy win for sure.
Yeah, oh man, that was one of the most crazy experiences I had, honestly, especially for my first college really big win experience. Man, it was awesome, bro. I mean, Arturo Dean was awesome, as you may know. That game he helped us a lot. I played well, man. I was just excited, man, because we knew that everybody was against us, and for us to get that win was just big for this program.
Yeah, no, it absolutely was. It was so much fun to watch on TV, man. It couldn't help but had to feel good, especially I believe it was at Jacksonville too, right? It was
in Huntsville, and
it was in Huntsville. Yeah, it was in Huntsville.
And if I recall, they had beat you guys the first 2 times during conference play, so it definitely must have felt good there.
Couldn't let us beat them 3 times, no way.
That's awesome. I think Jack State, they were heavy favorites to win the whole thing, So the fact that FIU took them down, that was awesome to see. Yes, we're kind of blazing by here, Kevin, but is it time for a break?
Let's do it.
All righty then. Let's take a quick look at my news break, looking at all things FIU athletics, just FIU in general. So we got to start out with FIU football. Conference USA released their all-conference teams. There's quite a few Panthers that made that list. In the CUSA All First Team, you have wide receiver Eric Rivers, linebacker Travion Barnes, defensive back JoJo Evans. They all earn a spot. In the All Second Team, you have wide receiver Dean Patterson, defensive tackle Jeremy Passmore, kick returner Saquon Nopierre earning a spot. And then finally, in the CUSA All Freshman Team, offensive lineman Jaheim Buchanan earns a spot as well. So congrats to all the Panthers who found their names on these lists. Next up is FIU Swim and Dive. There's a trio of swimmers who are set to compete at the World Aquatics Championships in Budapest. The trio consists of Umi Diop representing Senegal, Paws Up podcast legend Nicole Frank representing Uruguay, and then Imara Bella Thorpe representing Kenya. They'll all be competing this weekend from Friday to Saturday in a brevity of events. All of it can be seen on Peacock as well, so best of luck to the Panthers. Finally, FIU entered some pretty high rankings once again. The graduate and undergraduate entrepreneurship programs at FIU have again been ranked among the top 50 entrepreneurship programs in the United States, Canada, Mexico, and Europe via a partnership between Entrepreneur Magazine and the Princeton Review. The FIU grad program is ranked number 31st in the country, and the undergrad is ranked number 46th. And the rankings were based on graduate success rates in the business world, the number of mentors available for students, and much, much more. So, of course, congrats to FIU as well, always getting high up in the in those rankings. So, well, that was it for Newsbreak, Jayden. Again, thanks for spending some time with us, man. Let's start to get into this season. Kevin, I know you have a dope question lined up.
Yeah, so obviously conference play, you guys win conference tournament. You guys win that one against Jack State, unfortunately falling to Sam Houston. Going into 2024, what was the message that JB and the rest of the guys were kind of preaching?
That we still had a lot of talent coming back.
Yeah,
we knew that we lost a couple guys, but it was we had Deshaun Gittins and Jonathan Abar who missed half of the season, so we knew that having those guys back would definitely help. We'd have a redshirt Travis Gray coming back, so and we had Jaden Lipscomb and all these other guys coming back, so we knew that they were going to be a big help for us. So we just knew that we had a strong core coming back that could fill some shoes. So he was just saying for everybody to stay because we were going to need everybody and we want to win games.
So talk about this season. Obviously not the way you guys have envisioned it to start, 3-6, but still a long way to go. You know, still games in the non-con that you guys could definitely win going up against Stetson, ECU. Just talk about, kind of assess the season so far and how it's gone.
I still think that we're trying to figure everything all out. As you guys are watching the game, I know you guys see flashes of us where we look really, really good. And then it's like, dang, if they could just hold on to that string a little more tighter. So, I mean, as you can see, the scores we're losing by every game, almost 5 or less, almost every game. So it's like we're always right there. We just got to get over that hump. And once we get over that hump, I think we could be a really good team.
So just talk about you so far. I mean, just your season. You've been starting every single game, something you didn't do a lot of last season, but coaches were talking about you and how good of an offseason you had, especially in camp leading up to the season. Just talk about that transition you made to now starting the game instead of kind of starting it on the bench.
Yeah, for that, I just want to just have a good start on the game and just start off strong because you always want to have this set the tone, and because that's big in games, man. If you set that tone, man, your team, you could run up a 10 to 20 point lead at times. And so you just always want to start out strong. And that's one thing I always try to do is just bring energy to the floor and just impact the game at anything with defense, with rebounding and playmaking, whatever it is. So just always have to start out strong and just bring everything you got every time you step on the floor.
You know, you mentioned earlier, Jayden, flashes of greatness that we've seen from this team. When everything is clicking for this Panthers squad, which game this season would you say has been the best example of how great this team can be on the court?
I think the biggest flash was the Florida Gulf Coast. I don't know if you guys were able to watch the Florida Gulf Coast second half, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we were down on probably 12, 15 points, man, and we could, the way we came back, man, and we just all fought and we all had spirit, man. It just showed a lot and who we could really be. So I feel like that game, we showed flashes in majority of the games, man. We looked pretty good. So if we could just hold on to it and just always play like that for 40 minutes, man, I don't think we could lose.
That was on ESPN Plus. So yeah, we were able to watch that finale. We couldn't watch Northeastern and Cal State, but yes,
Okay.
we did see
Okay.
the FGCU one.
Yes, sir.
There's been a solid amount of newcomers from the transfer portal, as well as some returning veterans of the squad that you mentioned earlier that have made an impact this season for FIU. Who has impressed you the most personally between the newcomers and the veterans?
Oh, can I shout out two at least?
Go for it.
Okay. I think Vianney, he stepped up to the shoes that he needed to fill. We needed a big that could come in and just play hard and give us a lot of momentum and just bring energy, man. I mean, he plays hard. He every possession, he rebounds the ball. He can score the ball, block shots. I mean, he's probably one of the top shot blockers in the conference. So we're excited about him. Another person is Jonathan Abar. I mean, as one of the senior leaders, he stepped up a lot from last year. Just being one of the guys that we can all talk to that can try to lead us and just impact the game, man. He's playing at a very high rate too. So I'm just proud of both of those guys as we continue to make our mark.
So I know the game against FAU did not go the Panthers' way, but there was one highlight that made SportsCenter top 10. It was all over social media. It was your posterizer with, I think, was it 2 minutes to go in the first quarter?
Yes,
all right, we have the clip. Let's take a look and then tell us what was going through your mind as it was happening and your reaction afterwards. Let's take a look.
Orthodox three-point shot, basically a set shot from deep. Under 2 to go. Up and away! Oh, Jayden Brewer! Soaring, slamming. Watch out, Jayden Brewer. That's with the hammer. Watch this and enjoy.
That one must have felt pretty good against a rival too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, like, what was going through your mind as that play was developing, Jayden? Take us through that play.
So I got the rebound, and we've been going up and down for a little minute. Nobody's really been scoring, so like somebody has to put the ball in the rim. So at first when I was running up the court, I'm like, okay, let me slow it down. Like let's run a play or something because nothing's really going our way at the moment. But I see like a little gap in between that's like wide open, like, and I'm like, okay, this guy's bigger, bro. Like I can get past this guy, I'm pretty sure. And when I got past him, and at first I'm like, hold on, I can dunk this. Like, like it's a lot of space for me to maneuver between. And I know I was so fast and athletic, so I just went up. And I didn't think he was going to jump. I thought he was going to let me just dunk it, and I was going to run back the other way. He jumped too, and I'm like, oh, nah, this finna get bad for me. So I dunked it. So I dunked it, and then it was a packed house, so I knew it was gonna have to be on some kind of social media. So yeah, that happened, man. That was impressive for sure.
Yeah, I mean they made it all the way up to SportsCenter top 10, so definitely,
It's sick.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you got that for sure. Just talk a little bit about your game in transition. Definitely seems like your athleticism certainly shows off in those moments. Just how much emphasis do you put on in your game in transition? You guys are one of the best teams in the country in transition as well.
Yeah. I feel like that's how we play our game. I feel like, honestly, being honest, I feel like I'm one of the top transition players in the country for sure. So I just feel like that's where I thrive at, and that's where we thrive as a team at. When we get it out, I feel like we're so fast and we're so athletic as a team. Nobody can really hang with us in the transition. So if we can get to that, I feel like we'll win a lot of games as well.
For sure.
Kevin and I were so stunned at the media table the moment that happened. It's been a while since we've heard that arena as loud a pop as that. That was something special.
Appreciate you, guys.
Just thinking about it.
I'm gonna try to do it a lot more, man, this season. I got that.
There you go. Got to get on SportsCenter more often.
Yes,
yeah, man. Counting on it. Jayden, thanks so much for spending some time with us today, man. Let's start to close up the show with some fun rapid fire questions to throw at you, my man. Starting it off. Who is the funniest player on this squad?
Oh, it's a lot of them. It is a lot of them. I would have to say Dante Wilcox, man. He's
Really?
man. And it's like he's not even trying to be funny. Like it's just like he'll just say something random, bro, and he'll be so serious, but everybody just laughs because he's so funny, bro. Yes, sir. And he seems like the quiet one, but once you hang around him,
You would think so.
he's very funny, man. He's very funny.
All right, who's getting the aux cord and who is not getting the aux cord?
I like Gino's music, or I like Gino's music. Gino has a good taste.
Uh-oh.
And who's not getting it is Onyx.
Really?
Actually, no. I take that back.
Okay.
Joey Rodriguez, Coach Joey. No, he cannot get on aux. I cannot have him on aux. His head is everywhere. It's too much. Oh no. It's just not my type of music. That's just that. I don't like it.
Well, take us through your playlist. What's it looking like?
Man, I got a couple on my list. I like Gunner, you gotta throw Gunner in there. Future, Boss Mandilo. I listen to about everybody, man. I even go back to R&B. That's the type of guy I am.
Nice.
I like a little R&B. My mom always played R&B growing up. So man, that's one of the things I like listening to for sure.
What do you think about JB's playlist?
JB, R&B guy too, man. He knows something. He from Atlanta. I've been in the car with him a couple times. He know a little bit of music now. He don't know nothing about like the new generation music. I don't know. He just be bobbing his head to it. He don't really know too much, but he be trying to go with the flow. So I appreciate it.
All right, where is the spot on campus to grab a bite to eat, Jayden?
Oof. See, man, I'm a little bit everywhere. I like to dibble and dabble at places. I'm gonna go with Myros, man. I like a cool chicken sandwich and fries, man. You get the teriyaki on it, yeah. Then you get a Gatorade from them too. Yes.
Yeah. Is that our first time hearing Myros, Kevin? I think it is.
I thought a lot more athletes went to Myros, but you're the first one to say it. So.
He's a sleeper. Shout out to my guy Myro too, man. Appreciate you.
There we go. All right, so I think this is gonna be a pretty easy answer for you. But what do you think are the best uniforms you guys have?
Vice, without a doubt. You gotta go Vice, man. Those things. We actually shot a shoot before they came out, man. And when I seen it, I was just like, man, y'all are legit, because those things are nice, man. The white and the pink pops and the 305 on the back. But yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie. Those might be the top jerseys in the country for sure. So I love them, man.
I love it.
Wait, were you one of the players that got to go inside the Lamborghini?
Yeah, I was the one in the driver's seat. I was the one.
Okay.
So man, it was, and it went with the uniform. So it was a fun experience, man. We had a nice little lake view in the back, so it was all a good experience.
Obviously, you were busy with the game, but they did have it parked outside the arena.
Wow!
It was right outside, close to like the Panther statue.
Wow!
So it was outside. I think the exact same one too, same color.
Yeah, no, that thing was dope. It was a nice car, man. The interior was nice, man. It was dope, man. I appreciated it.
So, name an NBA player all time that you would love to play a one-on-one game with.
It's a lot. Probably LeBron, man. I mean, you can't go. I'm probably gonna lose. I'm majority gonna lose, but just like this, that to have the experience and just, I'll probably be trying to talk to him the whole game, bro, and ask him like 1,000 questions. I wouldn't be focused on the one-on-one for real. But
What's your game plan going up against LeBron? Is there even a game plan to go up against LeBron?
I think I'm gonna just foul him every time, bro, and just hope he doesn't call it. Yeah, there is no game plan with him. So, yeah.
Alrighty, last question. We always ask this to every athlete. Out of the basketball team, who do you think should be the next one to come on the podcast?
We've had A-Bar, and I think that's it. So
okay. Who y'all should have on the podcast next for the basketball team? I would say Ashton, man. Give some of my freshmen some love, man.
There you go. He's been balling this year too.
He's been balling, yes, sir.
Alrighty, Jayden, again, thanks so much for spending some time with us today, man. As we always do with coaches and athletes, if you have anything you'd like to say to the fans, to FIU, to anyone, the floor is now yours.
I just want to say shout out to my guy Teo. He told me to shout him out with the strength and conditioning.
There we go.
But y'all should be tuned in for the season. It's a long season, and we just need you guys there. We're looking for all your support. And last but not least, Paws Up, baby.
Absolutely, man. Again, Jayden, thanks so much for spending some time with us. And you heard the man, Panther Nation. Be sure to support FIU men's basketball. They got a 2-game road trip coming up. Their next home game on Saturday, December the 21st, 6 o'clock, taking on IU Indy, formerly known, what was it, IUPUI? I think that's
very
what
long
they were.
name. Yeah, too long.
Yeah. IU Indy 21st. That starts a 4-game homestand as well as it dips into conference play. Jayden, thank you so much, my man.
Thank you for having me, guys.
All right, for Jayden, for myself, we're going to continue basketball, by the way, next week, but we're going to women's side, talking to a women's basketball player. Can't reveal it just yet, but for everyone watching, saying so long and paws up.
Paws up.